हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम यू ऑल ऑन योर पीडिया एजुकेशन। सो फ्रेंड्स, जैसे आपको पता है योर पीडिया इज़ बेसिकली आपके पास यहाँ पे चैनल के ऊपर थ्योरी ऑफ मशीन्स का एंड अदर सब्जेक्ट्स का जो भी मैकेनिकल से रिलेटेड हैं, सिविल से रिलेटेड हैं, देर आर क्वेश्चन सीरीज ऑफ 4 to 5 इज गोइंग ऑन एंड दीज क्वेश्चंस आर आई कैन से डिफिकल्ट कैटेगरी ऑफ क्वेश्चन. If you are able to solve these question, then you will definitely going to basically score a marks if question framed from this topic. Okay, and आज के लिए the topic from theory of machine is gear train and let's see you will able to solve the questions or not. So first question you can see here, it is from epicyclic gear train. Okay, so in epicyclic gear train, gear number 1 is sun gear is given, which is driving a compound gear train, or we can say planet gear 2 and 3, and arm is connected to it. Okay, so arm shaft is connected to input and this ring gear is internally just meshing with this I can say gear number 3. So all gears and number of teeths are given and condition is that find the rpm of gear number 2. So gear number 2 ka rpm you have to calculate, and when the arm is rotated at this much of rpm clockwise, so there is a process of calculation of I can say rpm of this, and there is a tabulated method for calculation of this. Okay, and a very important question, every year question यहाँ से आता है. So first of all मेरे को बताओ, आप सॉल्व करो वीडियो को पॉज करके कितना आंसर बनेगा एंड उसको मैच करना. एंड देयर इज ए रिलेशन फॉर सॉल्विंग दिस क्वेश्चन बिटवीन नंबर ऑफ टिथ एंड आरपीएम. सो ये याद रखो दैट जितने नंबर ऑफ टिथ ज़्यादा होंगे उतना आरपीएम कम होगा. सो इट मीन्स दैट इफ n is there rpm, then it is inversely proportional to teeth. So this is the relation. So I can say that between two meshing gears, suppose 1 and 2, I can write n1 by n2 is equal to t1 by t2. This is the relation, or this is the concept that is useful in this question. And second, if gears are meshing externally like this 1 and 2, okay, externally they are meshing, so they are going to rotate in opposite direction, that one is clockwise, other is anti-clockwise direction. And if gears are meshing internally like this, so they are going to rotate in same direction like this. Okay, so these are the two concepts. If you know, then you can able to solve the question. Now let's see that how we can just draw the table. So first of all you have to write the condition here, and then you have to rpm of arm, and then whatever the condition is given, like in question ring gear is fixed, but हम क्या करेंगे, सबसे पहले हम करेंगे that fix नहीं करेंगे किसी को, हम simply sun gear को एक revolution दे देंगे. So you are just giving the revolution to sun gear, rpm of which is n1, and when you rotate it, 2 and 3 is also going to rotate, so we can write 2 or 3 because they are on same shaft, and with 3 gear 4 is going to rotate. Okay, first of all write this, and initially we are going to rotate the sun gear by +1 revolution clockwise. Okay, plus means clockwise here. So condition is this, that arm is fixed. Okay, arm is fixed, it means arm rpm is 0, and we have given +1 rpm to n1, so we have given +1 here. Plus we are just considering for clockwise, you have to remember this condition. Okay, plus for clockwise. Now I can write a relation between this for calculation of n2 rpm. So n2 by n1 equal to t1 by t2. Now the concept is here that you can just write this relation for gears which are meshing, like 2 and 3 are not meshing, so you can't write that n2 by n3 equal to t2 by t3 or something like this, but 2 and 1 is meshing. Now n2 we have to calculate, rpm of n1 is +1 equal to, no need of plus sign actually, n1 simply 1 revolution, and t1 is given to you 50 and t2 is given 25, so I can write n2 as 2. Okay, so I can write 2. Now here next important concept, and I can say most important concept, is that when you rotate the sun gear in clockwise direction, here it is positive sign, then obviously gear 2 is meshing with gear 1 externally, so it is going to rotate in counterclockwise, and for counterclockwise sign is negative. Now we have to calculate rpm of gear number 4, so I can write this relation, that is n4 by n3 equal to t3 by t4. Okay, now t3 is given to you 50 and t4 is given to you 100, n4 we have to calculate, and n3 we have calculated 2, so this is going to be 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, this is going to cancel, so n4 is going to be 1. Okay, now as I have told you that बेसिकली 3 and 4 गियर इंटरनली मैश कर रहे हैं, तो इनका आरपीएम सेम होगा, इनका डायरेक्शन ऑफ रोटेशन सेम होगा. तो अगर 2 काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट कर रहा है तो 3 भी काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज एंड 4 भी सेम डायरेक्शन में काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज, दैट इज साइन इज गोइंग टू बी नेगेटिव एंड आरपीएम इज 1। नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, आर्म अभी भी फिक्स होगा और आप अभी प्लस एक्स रेवोल्यूशन दे देंगे, तो ये 0 है, इसको प्लस एक्स, इसको माइनस 2x एंड इसको माइनस एक्स। ओके, एंड अभी आपने क्या करना है, आर्म को आप प्लस वाई रेवोल्यूशन दे दो, प्लस वाई। ओके, सो ये y हो जाएगा एंड इसको आप y प्लस एक्स लिख सकते हैं, इसको y माइनस 2x लिख सकते हैं एंड इसको आप y माइनस एक्स लिख सकते हैं। सो दिस इज द टेबल और कंडीशन और इक्वेशंस दैट वी रिक्वायर्ड फाइनली एक्चुअली। ओके, नाउ अभी आपको जैसे ही when you made this table then you have to work on this conditions. So arm is rotated at 100 rpm clockwise, so rpm of arm is this 100 rpm and clockwise means positive. Now if ring gear is fixed, which is given in the question, so it means rpm n4 is going to be 0, so y minus x is equal to 0 or y is equal to x. If y is equal to x, so x is going to be 100. Okay, now we have to calculate the rpm of gear number 2, that is n2, and n2 is nothing but it is equal to y minus 2x. So y and x both are 100, so I can write 2 into 100, so minus of 100, minus of 100, so rpm is 100 and minus representing counterclockwise direction. Okay, so this is I can say. So now let's see the solution of this question, or I have already done, लेकिन इसको एक बार क्रॉस चेक कर लेते हैं, ये आप सोल्यूशन देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे। ओके, नाउ for gear train shown below, this is a gear train shown here, and calculate the number of teeth on gear number 1. If number of teeth on gear 2, 3, 4 are this, okay, and assume module same for gear 3 and 4. Now there is a relation that if center distance between two is x, okay, so I can write that center distance can be written as x equal to radius of gear number 4 plus radius of gear number 2. You can see from the figure radius of 4 plus radius of 2 equal to, I can also write radius of gear number 1, this is gear number 1, plus radius of 3, radius of 1 plus radius of 3. I can write like this. Okay, now if whatever the gears are meshing, like 2 is meshing with 4, so it means module of 2 and 4 is going to be same. And if gear 3 is meshing with gear 1, so it means module of 1 and 3 is same. And it is also given that 3 and 4 is equal, so it means these are also equal. So if 3 and 4 equal, 4 and 2 equal, 3 and 1 equal, it means सभी gears का module क्या है, same, m. So when this condition is there, there is a relation between m module and number of teeth and I can say diameter. So I can just replace this radius by number of teeth. So t4 plus t2 equal to t1 plus t3. So when all modules are same, I can write this radius in form of number of teeth. Now everything is given, t2, t3, t4 is given, you can calculate t1 from here. Let's put the value 50 and then I can say 60 equal to t1 we have to calculate, and t3 is 100. So it is 110 minus 100, so t1 is equal to 10 number of teeth. Okay, so let's confirm this answer. Here you can see, okay, answer is 10. Now this question is there and a diagram is also given to you. An epicyclic gear train input having 10 teeth. So input is here at planet gear, I can say this, sorry, sun gear, S, sun gear, and is attached to a planet gear of 40 teeth. So it is a planet gear, I can say, and 40 teeth are there with the help of arm which is attached to output shaft. So arm is attached to output shaft, so this is arm. Gear having 40 teeth mesh with the ring gear having 120 teeth. So its teeth is 120 and it's given that this ring gear is fixed. Okay, if sun gear is rotated at 50 rpm clockwise, then the rpm of output shaft is, you have to calculate this. So output shaft means, output shaft is what? It is basically arm, so you have to calculate the rpm of arm. So conditions and then rpm of arm, then I can say when you are going to give revolution to 1, and when you give to revolution to 1, 2 is going to rotate, and with the help of 2, 3 is going to rotate. So these are the tables. So now let's write the table relation between 1 and 2. So conditions, first arm आप क्या करोगे, fix करोगे, इसको +1 revolution दिया, suppose. Okay, now let's see 2. So n2 by n1 equal to t1 by t2. So t1 is 10 and t2 is 40, so it is 1 by 4, and n1 is plus 4, this is plus 1, I can say. सो अगर आपने इसको +1 दिया तो ऑब्वियसली एक्सटर्नली गियर मैशिंग 1 with 2, it is going to rotate in counterclockwise direction 1/4. Now let's see for 3. So for 3 we can write N3 by N2 equal to T2 by T3. Okay, now here I have to calculate N3, so I can write N3 equal to N2, and N2 is nothing but 1/4 into T2. So T2 is actually, I can say 40, and T3 is 120. So I can just write here 1/4 into 1/3. So it is going to be 1/12. So I can write 1/12. Now if gear 2 is rotating counterclockwise direction, then gear 3 meshing internally also going to rotate counterclockwise direction, so it is negative. Okay, now I can just multiply by x. So 0 plus x minus x by 4 and minus x by 12, and then I have to add y. So y plus x and y minus x by 4 and y minus x by 12. Okay, now according to the given condition, this outer gear, that is basically ring gear, is fixed. So I can say that y equal to x by 12 because N3 is 0. This is the condition that I have got. And sun gear is rotated at 50 rpm clockwise. Sun gear means gear number 1. So y plus x is given you 50 clockwise means positive. When I put the value of this y in this form, I can say, or simply I can put the value of x in terms of y. So y plus x is equal to 12 y and equal to 50. From here I can calculate the value of y. So let's confirm so that there must not be any basically I can say. So here you can see 13y 50, and you can see the solution 3.846. okay, exact 1.1/4 1/12. Okay, so now let's see the next question. Two parallel shafts about 600 mm apart, so distance is given, center distance is 600 mm, are connected by spur gear. One shaft run at this rpm. So one gear or one shaft is 360 rpm and other is at I can say 120 rpm. Find the diameter of bigger gear. If two gears are there, basically one is this and second is there, so I can write basically that diameter of gear number 1 plus diameter of gear number 2 divided by 2 is equal to center distance x, and this is bigger gear. Okay, and also that rpm is inversely proportional to diameter. Remember this relation also, jitna bada diameter utna kam rpm. So I can write n1 by n2 equal to d2 by d1, and n1 is 360, then n2 is 120 equal to d2 by d1. Okay, so from this relation I can calculate the value. Okay, so first of all let's see the solution if I have not make any mistake. So here you can see I can say that the diameter 2 is 3 times the third diameter, and from here I can say that the bigger diameter, okay, is 900 because I have already told you this equation, and 600 it is given to you center distance. Okay, it is given to you, and by multiplying with 2, d1 plus d2 is 1200, and there is a relation between d2 and d1. From there you can calculate d2. Okay, now last question of the day basically, or the video, that you have to calculate a idler gear. What is the meaning of idler gear? That ऐसा gear जिसका only function is to change the direction of rotation, change the direction of rotation, but no impact ऑन गियर रेशियो. ओके, गियर रेशियो के ऊपर कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा. तो उसको कैलकुलेट करने का क्या तरीका है? सो यू हैव टू टेक द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ नंबर ऑफ टिथ ऑन ड्राइविंग गियर डिवाइड बाय ड्रिवन. ओके, सो ड्राइविंग डिवाइड बाय ड्रिवन, टिथ का आपने प्रोडक्ट लेना है. सो लेट्स सी. सो 1 इज ड्राइविंग, ओके, सो T1 into 1 is driving 2 and 2 is not driving 3 because they are on same shaft, but 3 is driving 4 as you can see from the diagram, and 4 is driving 5, so 4 is also driver, and 5 is not driving 6 because they are on same shaft, but 6 is driving 7. Now let's see the driven. So 2 is driven by the 1, so 2 is driven, and 3 and 2 they are basically on same shaft. 4 is driven by 3, so 4 is there, and 5 is driven by 4, and 7 is driven by the 6, I can say. Okay, so from here I can cancel 4, and these are not going to be cancelled. So here you can see one gear, basically this is the I can say gear ratio, or I can say train value or gear ratio. So gear ratio depend upon the number of teeth of 1, 3, 2, 4, 7, and I can say 6 also. This is 6. Okay, 6 and 7, not depending upon the number of death of 4. It means that gear number 4 will act as idler. So option number B is correct for this. So here you can see the formula. Okay, so thank you very much friends, and this is all about today's 5 question. I hope you like the video, and please share with your friends also, and let's see, you can basically get the benefit of this or not. If you have any suggestion, then please mention in the comment section.